Blog Talk Radio.
You're listening to RVD Radio.
Drop that down! The whole fucking show! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! Damn a needle! Damn a needle! Damn crucial needle! Fan assassinator! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! A damn shot straight to your brain! Straight to your skull crack! You get down to straight to your brain! Straight to your skull crack! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! I will fly high! 5-star broad blast! You can't stop me! 5-star broad blast! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! It's all about the yin and the yang. The balance of power that's in. You can't stop the yin and the yang. The balance of power that's in. Drop it down. The whole fucking show. Drop it down. The whole fucking show. I will levitate. Flip, kick you in the yam. I will decimate. You can prepare for. Drop it down. The whole fucking show. Drop it down. The whole fucking show. Drop it down! The whole fucking show! Drop it down! The whole fucking show! Drop it down! The whole fucking show! Drop it down! The whole fucking show!
Greetings, everybody. Happy November 10th, 2010. This is Rob Van Dam, the official. What's going on, everybody? You can't answer. You can answer, but I can't hear you, so whatever. Just got back today from tapings in Florida from a TNA 3-day week. Pay-per-view, wrestled Tommy Dreamer. Bound for Glory, I think it was called. I don't know. It was not. It was called Turning Point. But nobody turned on me. I thought Tommy was going to turn on me. Turns out he's not. So now our bromance is on. We love each other, and he will be calling into the show later on. All that's left of EV2 at this point is me and Tommy Dreamer and Stevie Richards. So Stevie Richards is going to be calling into the show later on, too. All right, fuck. Enough about wrestling. This is RVD Radio. Got Stu the Jew calling in, too. You know how it is. Half the time I forget to call the guest that I advertise anyway. Whatever. Yesterday, at TNA, they had me do a public service announcement that a lot of the wrestlers are taking part in. And, so right away I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, what kind of public service announcement? Because, RVD cares about what he represents. When my name was on the line, of course, there comes an awfully huge amount of credibility. But it was bullying. I said, sweet, that's a good topic. It's everywhere. Just about 10 minutes ago on the news, they were talking about bullying. Some girl is getting bullied on Facebook, so it's on the news because people are saying she's ugly and black, and they're saying it's hurtful, and it's everywhere actually on the news, right? How can you, if you haven't seen it anywhere, then you just ain't watching TV, and if you haven't seen it in real life, I think you're full of shit. I think this is something everybody can relate to from one perspective or another. So that's going to be our topic tonight. We always have good shows, so I expect this to be a good one too. And since you're here, baby, I can't think about anything else until I introduce my lovely co-host, the beautiful SVD. Hi, baby.
Hi, baby. How are you? How's it going?
You know how I am.
I know.
She picked me up from the airport a while ago because I've been gone for a few days, so I might sound tired, but fuck off. Had a 5-hour energy, so I think I'll be good. You're, I don't know if I told you or not, but that's going to be our topic. We're going to talk about bullying, and I'm going to, I was
bullied as a child.
I'm sure you were. I'm sure everybody was. Everybody, you know. I don't know if everybody's played both sides or not. I kind of feel almost like I have. Not that questionably. There was definitely times when I bullied.
You told me stories. I'm like,
I was an asshole. But I got bullied a lot too, though, so it's kind of like passing it on. I mean, that's kind of what happens with bullying.
Yeah, I never bullied any. I don't think I bullied anyone, honestly.
What about like at work at one time, maybe like if you didn't like some of the people you were working with or whatever and you threatened them? And
No, I would never threaten anyone, but if I don't like you, I'm not secretive about it.
What about when I bullied you? You already know
about that.
What?
I'm not gonna talk about that.
We can talk about that.
I'm not gonna talk about that.
Well, we can't stop right there. People.
Oh my God, your stuff's exposing a lot about me.
No, it's not. All I'm going to say is that you were at one point very early in our relationship when we were very new to each other, and she was in a situation. you were in a situation that had to do with rehab, and you had to have a test cleared to get out of there, and. You called me all panicked from the place because they told you that you had failed because they said allegedly there was THC in your system.
Allegedly, right?
Because you'd been hanging out with RVD for a couple of weeks at that point.
Exactly. What do you expect?
Yeah, there was remnants of it in my apartment at the time. But I went down there and bullied everybody. And pulled you right the fuck out of there, didn't I?
You totally did.
And it worked.
It was crazy, but it worked, yeah.
So maybe bullying is sometimes good.
I don't know.
It seemed it. It was very productive then. I went in there and I was like, this is bullshit. You're not keeping here with your fucked up tests that are full of shit anyway, and she's going to stay here and have you stay, fuck that. She's going now. I just fucking grabbed you and pulled you out of there. Nikki Starr, chime in. RVD Radio producer. We want to talk to you.
Hello.
Hi, Nikki Starr.
Hi, SVD. Hi, RVD. How are you?
Hi, Nikki Starr. Doing good?
Good. So I think the media sends a mixed message about bullies, like they're funny and there's bullies in wrestling that make money and, Donald Trump is a bully. So it's kind of bullies sometimes get ahead, but they're bad.
Wait, give me an example of something where they say that, like, bullying is funny or good. And when you say Donald Trump is a bully.
Yeah, on The Simpsons, the comedy, funny bully people.
That guy?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he is representing the bully that we all knew at school that was an idiot,
right.
That was a moron, and yeah, they make fun of it. That doesn't,
so
I don't think anybody would strive.
Different levels of bullying?
You think people would strive to be that kid?
Yeah, because he's funny.
Okay, well... Shit, what about Donald Trump? How's he a bully?
Well, because he fires everybody and he pushes them all around and, you know, he's mean, and I mean, just playing devil's advocate here because he's a total bully. Good call there.
Yeah. So
I just think there's mixed message because when you're young, you're supposed to be strong and courageous and stand up for your rights. But then, I mean, it seems weird from when we were in school. You know that, right? Like, it's not the same. Like, you don't get bullied. Like, Demos and I were talking earlier, and he's like, it's not a flick on the ear anymore or like a wedgie. You know, it's a video camera in your bedroom while you're having sex.
Yeah, but come on, that's not bullying.
Your head
Have you been
It
bullied?
is.
Yes, I followed that case. It's ridiculous. I mean, just if you know what, if the guy wasn't gay, here's what happened to anyone listening. Some college kid, his roommate videotaped him. He was a homo having sex with a gay dude, and so then it got out.
Really?
It got
Yeah.
I love that word.
Really just
What?
that.
He was a homosexual. I'm just saying, that's short for homosexual. But anyway, but the thing is, it got out. Everyone, sent it to each other, and it got out. And so then, of course, the guy I don't know. He didn't kill himself, right?
He did. Yes, he did.
He did. Okay. So he killed himself, and so now but I don't think that is that's not bullying though. And if the guy wasn't gay, let's say the guy wasn't gay. And let's say, it was a roommate that videotaped his roommate, banging prostitutes or whatever, and it got out.
Right.
Would the situation draw as much attention?
It depends. Yeah, it would if the person killed themselves.
Well, see, the problem lies.
It's not a straight or gay issue. It's an issue of that behavior caused him to commit suicide. So that is bullying. No. Nikki Starr, I love it. I love that we're going to have opposing views on this because we always do.
Well, that's not.
Well, not always, actually. That's not
here's the thing, though, and I feel strongly about this. The kid that kills himself is the problem. That's the fucked up kid. And there's no need to look anywhere past that. Is it wrong to bully? Yes, of course. But the kid that will fucking take his own life, that kid's fucked up. And the adult that will take his own life is also fucked up. People who are suicidal, they obviously have issues. So we've all been bullied.
But he hasn't been bullied.
We've all been bullied, not all to the same degree, obviously. But we all wouldn't react the same way. So for you to say that person's reaction caused the guy to kill himself, I disagree. I say that person's issues caused him to kill himself and how he reacted to the situation that was going on, the life around him. Whoa, Chewbacca. What is that, Nikki? I heard Chewbacca. Is that our phone? What the fuck? Now how am I supposed to know if anybody can hear us or not? Nikki Starr can't hear us.
I don't think anybody can.
What's the chat room say? Chat room, tell me if you can hear me. Anybody? No? Yes? No? Should I call back in? The timer's still going. It says you hung up on me. Oh, the phone died. Okay, am I back with everybody?
Hello?
Hello, RVD Radio.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Hey, that was weird. I heard Chewbacca, and then
I'm just saying,
Whatever.
Did you hang up on me? No.
No, the chat room, after I hung up, then someone answered and said, I hear you. And I was like, Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right, whatever. Let's move past that horrible, traumatic experience.
Okay, so it was awful because you can't hang up on me. You're not allowed.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, so anyway, I was just proving you wrong about...
No, whatever. Oh, no, you didn't. And I bet you just kept on talking and talking.
Okay, so anyway,
You crazy.
No, do you just... No.
I'm on Nikki's side.
Okay,
Thank
well...
you. See? Yo, girl power rules. Girls rule, boys drool.
Well, I love that when you don't understand my common sense. So if this is going to be one of those shows, this is going to be one of those shows, like the Wrestler Insurance and like Octomom. Those are the only two shows so far that everyone's turned against me. But anyway, fact is fact. Not everybody would react the same way. Some people can brush it off. Some people just learn from it, grow from it. Some people say, okay, this sucks, whatever. But not everybody would want to take their life. I happen to know one of the fans that's listening to this show. I don't want to name him, but he used to message me on the forums at robvandam.com, and he used to say that he hated life and he wanted to die. And I mean, there was only so much I could do, but I could tell him, that's really fucked up. We're lucky to be alive. People die all the time that don't want to. And anyway, he's one of my most consistent fans. Like, he comments every time I write a blog, and he even finds stuff and posts it up there in between my blogs for people to talk about. And I don't know if he'll ever call into the show. I hope he will, but and I'm not going to take credit for turning him around or whatever, but I definitely think he is in a different state of mind right now. And some people don't recover from that. Some people, will hate life and look at killing themselves as an option. Others don't look at that as an option, taking their lives.
You have to consider, like, teenagers, their frontal lobes turn off. So that's the voice of reason. And during this critical time when they're getting bullied and their brains are shut off because of hormones and not quite functioning correctly, I mean, that's a critical time. And you have to take care of the kids that don't know how to take care of themselves and don't know how to rationalize and think things out.
I agree with everything that you said right there. And definitely my message would be, don't be a bully, because bullies are assholes. And,
Yay. That's a good message.
Right? No, I mean, obviously, I hate bullies, and I used to always want to test myself, like when I was in school, especially when I was really learning that I was a tough kid. I wanted to fight everybody, but I wanted them to want to fight. And well, that
sounds like a woman. I want you to want this.
I built a ring in my yard. I was challenging everybody, whether they were like wrestlers or boxers or whatever. I was saying, come in my yard and fight. And there was one kid named Tony that lived a few houses down the street. And when I look back at it, I feel like I bullied him. But he's messaged me on my Facebook or whatever, and he says not at all, that he remembers me as being cool. So that means, I don't know, I'm glad that he doesn't remember it that way, because I look back at it like, what an asshole I was, because I used to, like, every day at the bus stop, I would just, like, poke and poke and poke at that fucking kid until finally he would fight back.
Right.
I would do little things. I would throw snowballs. I'd be kicking it, whatever. And finally, he would run at me, and I was older and bigger and tougher. And I mean, every time I would end up fucking tapping him out or whatever. And it was all, looking back at it, I feel like, what an asshole I was. But I'm glad he doesn't seem to remember it that way. And there was also another kid, though. There's one other kid that we used to pick on, and it was because he was so fucking different, and we were amazed by his reactions, And looking back, I'm saying, I was the asshole. I definitely was the asshole, but this kid was like borderline retarded, and he really probably shouldn't have been in a public school, but he would, like, we would get him, anyway, everyone would do it, we'd have certain, like, trigger points, like one of them, we would have him sing Prince. We would have him sing Purple Rain or Little Red Corvette, and the guy would go off singing that, and it was just fucking hilarious. We would laugh our balls off, But then it got carried away, goes, okay, what would he look like? How would he react if this or that? I remember one of the guys, Troy Barlow, allegedly snapped him with a rubber band, and that's obviously that's mean. One time I put water in my hands, and I went over and let's see what I do. I splashed it on him, and then I had a bottle of whiteout in my hand. I wanted to think it was the whiteout just to get his reaction. And it was mean. It was mean, but the guy was so funny that, he was, and he hit me. And I let him hit me. I just totally let him hit me, but he goes, I went, achoo, and act like I sneezed, but I poured the water out. Oh, that's what it was. He made up the fucking white shit. I poured the water on him, and you go, achoo, and you splash water on him. But he goes, oh, that better not be white out. And he swung at me like with an axe swing and hit me on my temple. And he had to go, he actually had to leave school because he hurt his wrist on my head. And he signed out and wrote reason for leaving injury. And I felt bad. I just totally let him. After that, I used to like let him punch me, and I would just like roll with it and stuff. And that was definitely bullying. And I look back at it like thank God I grew from that. But as we were saying, it's kind of passing the torch. When I was younger, I got picked on too, and I actually looked a lot like that kid. I used to wear glasses, and I had like a bowl haircut. So like when I'm like really young, you know, like in second, third grade, the older kids, I don't know if they were junior high or high school, they would call me, especially this one kid would call me Ernie, and it was a character on this show called My Three Sons, which you got to be old or watch Nickelodeon to remember My Three Sons. But he was a really nerdy-looking kid with a bowl haircut and glasses, and this guy would always call me that, and he would always...
Like that guy.
I did look like Ernie, right? But this guy was my brother's age, so he's a good 7 years older than me.
Not cool.
And he would always pick on me on the bus. And I remember one time I was like, you know what? I've had enough of that motherfucker. I'm gonna because he would like throw something at me or something else. I'm gonna throw it back at him right before I get off the bus at my bus stop, and then fuck him, right? So whatever it was, I threw it back at him, or I hit him, or I said something to him, and I got off the bus where I lived, and this motherfucker got off the bus to chase me, and it wasn't even his stop. So I was fucking sprinting, and he was like running behind me, and he's got longer legs, so he's catch me, but I could really run really quick, right? And I had this move that I used to do. Right when he's getting right up to my back and he's reaching about to grab me, I drop down in a little ball, and he trips over me and fucking rolls a couple. Oh, he was so pissed. He wanted to catch me so bad, and I was just thinking, wow, tomorrow when I get on the bus, he's going to kick my ass. So I had my fair share of that, too, We were all inspired by the Charles Atlas comic strip in the comic books, those of us that read that. He's well, I don't know if you know that or not, Nikki Star, but all of us guys that read comic books, there's a comic strip, and there's this dude at the beach, and bullies are kicking sand in his face while he's trying to lay a towel out with his girl or something. And then he does the Charles Atlas workout, and he comes back, and he sees those guys, and cracks him on the jaw, knocks him out on the beach, and then all the girls are, feeling his muscles. Charles Atlas inspired everybody, every bodybuilder and every pro athlete will tell you that. It's awesome.
That's funny. Well, really quick, okay, just so you know, Tommy Dreamer and Stephen Richards are here.
Oh, okay, cool. Let him in.
All right, so I'm going to bring him on. All right, Tommy and Stephen, you're on the air with us. And there is one person in chat. His name is Stuart Newfella. He said he was bullied when he was younger, but it made him that he started working out and became stronger because of it. So he thought that it was a really good thing that he was bullied.
Was he inspired by Charles Atlas?
I don't know. I'll have to ask him. I don't. Most of the people in here are about 14, so just saying.
Hey, we should pull questions out of the chat room more often. Good job. Good call.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Joe, your callers are on.
Hi, Tommy Dreamer. Hi, Stevie Richards.
Hello. How are you?
Hey, what's up, Rob? How are you?
Super. Thanks for calling in, guys.
I've been listening since 9 o'clock. I'm trying to get in on this damn show, trying to jump in on a lot of your topics here.
We're ganging up on you, Rob. We got to defend our manhood.
No, man, I told you guys 9:15 on because I monologue and have a boring beginning before I get to the action. Yeah, I don't even know why.
I tried to cut in on him, but then he just won't listen to me. So sorry about that, y'all.
So cool. You guys, I know
pro-bullying.
Charles Atlas. You guys know Charles Atlas? Did you guys see the comic strip? I know you did, Tommy.
It's not a comic strip. It was an advertisement at the end of all comic books.
I know, but it was a comic strip advertisement. It had the panels and everything.
100%.
It was in the wrestling magazines, too. I remember it. I remember the Charles Atlas ads.
The Tony Atlas ads about feet, but that's a totally other different ad. This whole bullying thing, I remember I was on the road and Teresa called me up, and she was my daughter was upset because a girl took food off of her plate and wouldn't give it back to her because she wanted it. And my daughter was really, really upset. And a lot of bullying and everything is just for it turned out that this kid had a lot of problems at home, and I think it's all, and especially being a parent, it's all with people parenting their skills and communicating with their kids. I've been to amusement parks where my kids are waiting online, and a kid will just jump right in front of them, and their parents are standing right there. So I mean that's the one thing. And as I was sitting here listening to everything, I went on the worldwide internet, and I think it's still going to hit. It says, by definition, bullying is an act of repeated aggressive behavior in order to intentionally hurt another person physically or mentally.
So maybe video recording your roommate is bullying.
Bullying is characterized by an individual behaving in a certain way to gain power over another person. With that case, they were basically saying, because that's how that kid was basically brought out into the world of being a homosexual, not a homo. Thank you very much, Mr. Politically Incorrect, and damn proud of it. They were saying that's how he was trying to hide it, and his friends were basically showing up, no, look, he was a homo, he was a fag, look what he was doing, because they filmed it. And I do agree he had mental instability, because he took his own life, but I mean, that's a heavy deal to, I guess come out with that. And I agree that he had other problems as well, but that's what the defense is saying of, hey, this is how his friends use it, and it caused him to kill himself. Right.
Now, but do you think that, do you think the blame is on the guy that kills himself? I mean, obviously it's wrong to intentionally hurt somebody for any cause, but, moving past that, when somebody kills themselves, or we've had friends kill themselves,
right.
And that we wouldn't expect, like fucking Mike Austin, for instance. We never expected that, but there's no way, even if and I don't know what the circumstances were, I can speculate there was a divorce, he loved his kids more than anything in the world, but there's no way I could put the blame on anybody but Mike.
100%. I mean, I think everything is case specific, and I mean also it's a hot topic subject. Just a while ago, steroids were the hot topic subject. You take steroids, boom, you go crazy. Marijuana is a hot topic subject. And then they want to look at bullying. Bullying is wrong. Yes, it has made people stronger, but it's also it's created revenge in a lot of people's mind. It also has created success stories for other people. Hey, I know my own personal thing, someone, when I was younger, I know it's hard for you guys to believe, I was a little chubby when I was a kid, and, I wanted to impress a girl, and I basically did it because her friends said I was fat. So then I showed her, and I wound up dating her, and I got the girl. But, that was a bullying success story that helped me get laid, I guess, but... I mean, nowadays, kids are beating up other kids, and a lot of stuff. And that's bad. I know my niece up in Greenwich, Connecticut, where she lives, she was being bullied and by a bunch of older kids, and just for no reason, because she's a smart kid, and people look at that as an outsider, and they were bothering on the bus until one day Tommy Dreamer went on that bus, and I cut a promo and a half on a bunch of kids, and then I went and talked to their parents, and I will. If someone would, to me, it's not bullying. It's defending yourself. If someone hurt my family or my kids, I would beat their kids up, and I would beat their family as well. I mean, that's.
Do you feel like you should be prosecuted like that? The black guy that got on the bus because his girl was being bullied.
Well, he was going to cut that girl's hair off. I bet
he
was.
What?
I don't know. I don't know anything about that case. But I mean, as a parent, and I know a lot of parents go through that, and it is. I mean, my kids. We get stuff sent home all the time, about if somebody's bullying you. Again, it's society, and it's the way it's handled. And again, to me, it's all in your parenting. I mean, my kids, everyone always says your girls are so good. Because they have a really good mother and a really good father, and we try to tell them what's right and what's wrong.
Right. I believe that with a lot of issues with people in general is, it's the kids that grow up to be those people. They got asshole parents, they're asshole kids, they grow up to be adult assholes. Can you hang out for a minute, Tommy, while we hear from Stevie Richards?
I'd love to hear from Stevie.
Yeah, we're all that's left. Of, what are we, V2O? EV2?
It's funny, the whole bullying thing, when we were kids, because we're all around the same age, it was weird because we got bullied and we all handle it different ways. For me, actually, the Charles Atlas ads were actually professional wrestling because I was bullied as a youngster through grade school, through middle school, and high school. And when I used to watch these wrestlers on TV, these were my superheroes. These were the people I wanted to be like, the Hulk Hogans, the Ric Flairs, the Macho Man Randy Savages, all these guys. And even before that, Bruno Sammartino, growing up as a young child. And I said, that's the guys I want to be like. And that's my first step to becoming from Michael Manna and wanting to be Stevie Richards. And to me, it was a source of, looking towards to be stronger, to be better. So, but I can see how kids can go either way. But the scary part is it's kind of weird. You would think after something as terrible as Columbine, because those kids were bullied, and look at what happened there, you think these bullies and these people would actually think twice, at least on the high school level, and say, well, if we fuck with this kid too much, they could come back and kill all of us, because that's exactly what happened.
Right. I mean, it's nice to see bullies get their asses handed to them, but obviously those kids in Columbine, they killed a lot of innocent people. A lot of people got hurt in there, and those kids were they were the assholes. I mean, they way out assholed the bullies by far, right? I mean, nobody.
I agree. I'm just saying there's a little bit more at stake. Even in a general fist fight between two people, it's not just you duke it out and it's over with. When we were kids, now there's all sorts of other stuff involved, but that's how serious or how really bad bullying can be, because they have no regard even for that kind of stuff that can happen to them and innocent people. Bullying, it's just, it's always going to be there. You always have to defend yourself, but I was one guy I used to take the beatings, Rob and Tommy and everybody who's in here. I used to take the beatings and just keep taking them, and it probably prepared me a lot for my wrestling career, because that seemed to be, I was able to take a lot of good things throughout my 20 years.
There is a lot of bullying in the adult world in wrestling. Wrestling is a locker room mentality. A lot of the wrestlers are like kids in high school. There's a pecking order, and there's a lot of bullying to keep people down, keep them humble, keep them, and it's, again, a lot of that's, like I said, about passing the torch, but it's a lot more of a professional world now than it used to be when it was, way back in the day, old school. It was a lot more about that, and like in Japan, it's part of what they respect. The young boys, they come up wanting to wrestle. They got to work their asses off every night, not just wrestling, but cleaning the toilets, scrubbing Baba's balls, his giant balls, and in the shower, and just everything, taking the jackets back and taking the ribbons out of the ring. And then when they wrestle, they're going to get the shit beat out of them. Everyone, that's all of our jobs, to beat the shit out of the young boys for the first 10 years. And then they're going to pass it on and beat the shit out of them. I mean, I don't know if that's bullying, though, because you're not intentionally hurting them. So
correct. You're trying to make them stronger for the business and trying to make them better, and that's all a respect thing,
Okay, Rob, what is this Blue Meanie and Bradshaw? Some of the people in the chat room are saying that y'all three were there, and didn't Blue Meanie bully Bradshaw?
Would one of you guys like to handle that one? First off, I'll say Bradshaw is a bully. He picks on people that he knows aren't going to fight back, and it's not necessarily because they're afraid of him. It's just that they know their place, and they don't want to get, accused of being out of their place on the fucking pecking order. I think we talked about it on this show when he was picking on Joey Styles, of all people, and Joey Styles knocked him out. I love that. I love it. With Blue Meanie, do you guys know, like, exactly, I mean, from what I know, Meanie was accused of saying shit on a promo that offended him, but I don't know if that's the deal, because all's fair in love and war when you're doing promos, right? That's what Sabu had to say when Flair was the other day, I don't like the Sheik, I hate him, I don't, and he had to, everyone's like, are you pissed? You pissed? And he's like, when you're there and all's fair at that point, right?
Yes.
You guys are closer to Meanie
because
than
you're
me.
adults, right?
Especially you, Stevie.
Is it because you're adults?
Stevie was BWO Nikki Star with Blue Meanie. These guys had a bromance going back in the day, so they probably still.
Okay.
What I heard was I never saw the actual shoot interview. That I heard that he basically, I think all he said was that Bradshaw was a bully. So, and Bradshaw at one night stand hit the ring when Austin came out and gave Eric Bischoff a stunner in that big brawl at the end. That's when he attacked Blue Meanie. Before all that happened, there was a huge brawl between all the WWE guys and the ECW guys, and that's when Bradshaw had attacked Meanie. So that's all I know of the situation. And in the back, they sort of yelled, or Bradshaw yelled at Meanie, and then I guess it was over after that.
Yeah, well, he's like, he has to take over all the attention, all the energy when he's in the room, Bradshaw. I used to say that, I've said that on this radio show. When I would just be trying to take my boots off or something, and he's over there. He has to demand everyone's energy by talking, just, oh, hell yeah, oh, we really had last night, oh, yeah, oh. And that's, I'm kind of like the opposite. I don't really vibe that way, so it's kind of uncomfortable for me to be around that. But he would pick on, like, Rene Dupree a lot, so much,
Rene.
Which would be, I guess, it's kind of like what people would consider hazing, maybe, to live outside of the wrestling world. But definitely bullying, right?
He was a little rough with me for a few months, too, at the right censor days. And I remember on a whole loop, he kicked me with the point of his boot and directly in my back every night for one of those pun kicks. And I urinated blood for probably 6 or 8 months every day.
God.
But I don't think that's too healthy. Do you, Tommy? That's why I've heard rumors about that.
No, but of course he did that. Hey, you know what, Stevie? I remember in 2001 when I came into WWE, and like one of my first days, you came up to me and you were like, I love that you're here because you go out there with because they can't go out there because at the time Bradshaw and Ron Simmons, they would go out. I think even during someone else's match, if their match wasn't going good, they'd go out there and just powerbomb them real stiff or shit like that. And you, one of my first days you were there, Stevie, you were saying you love that I'm there because you know there's no way they're going to come out and just do that and expect me to take it. Do you remember that?
I think so. No,
anyway, I remember it. It meant a lot. Love you, brother. That's me. It meant a lot. All right, cool. Bruce Jingles, motherfucker. What's up?
What's happening, motherfuckers?
I got Tommy Dreamer and Richards on the line, Bruce Jingles. Which, by the way, guys, I don't want to hijack your night, so just tag out when you got to and say bye, but we appreciate you here. Bruce Jingles is a comedian, friend of mine. He sounds like Samuel Jackson, don't you, Bruce Jingles?
That's right, motherfucker.
Awesome. I got the soundboard on my iPhone. I got all this. The I Am Sam Jackson. That's one of my favorite things.
Say what again?
I'll tell you a
can
quick
you say
story.
that as
I'll
show you,
I
you'll see?
Me and
Say that as what?
Can you say that as Stevie's thing of I'll show you, you'll see?
I'd like to talk, Tommy Dreamer. Thank you very much. I'm saying, don't bully me, Tommy, on the show. I want to talk.
Okay,
right.
I'm going to tap out. If I'm being bullied on this show by Stevie Richards, I'm going to tap out. He's proved he's tougher than me this week. I nearly broke my wrist, but he nearly broke his neck, and he's still alive. So he's the tougher one.
And I worked out 3 times today, so I showed everybody.
The Rhino broke when?
The window for my funny story is officially over. Thanks, Tommy.
Awesome.
Don't take it. Go ahead.
All right, Tommy, you got to go?
No, I want to listen. I want to hear Stevie's
cool.
story.
All right. So Bruce Jingles, real quick, these guys are sharing their opinions and stuff, but tell me a story. Like, were you bullied, or were you maybe a bully when you were in school? Which side of the fence were you on?
I was on, like, both, because, like, when I went to school, I was, like, the only black kid there. And I, get picked on, but then I was funny. So, that's what got me out of getting bullied. But then I learned to stand up for myself, and then I can't stand bullies. There used to be, but the bullies nowadays are just fucking stupid, dude.
It's changed, hasn't it?
Yeah, dude. These Y2K fucking bullies, dude, and pulling out guns and shit. Like, what the fuck, dude? Really? You gonna pick on some? Because it's not like we never knew who was gay in high school. You know what I mean?
I didn't know what gay. I had no idea what gay was.
You have no gaydar? Because you have no gaydar.
Hell no.
None.
Oh, dude. We're okay. Okay, we're all the same. We're about the same age, right? Okay, and in high school,
you're way older.
If you saw, fuck you.
That's older. Are you sure?
If you saw the kids, if you saw the guys with like Simon LeBon and fucking Nick Kershaw and Dead or Alive on their Peachy folder,
Duran.
They're 9 out of 10 times they're gay, But if you like when you're a kid and you see a little boy playing jacks, he's gay.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right, but I had no idea what gay was, and until I was done with high school. Like at our reunion, there was this one dude. He was one of my best friends because we were in the comic book clique. So there was only like 4 or 5 of us. We'd all get together. I'd go hang out at his house. I hadn't a clue, but I wasn't getting girls either in high school. So that's something too. A lot of guys like started getting pussy when they're young. 15, 16, whatever, which is sick as an adult thinking a kid's fucking. But but anyway, we were mostly comic book geeks, at least till sometime in high school, but through junior high for sure. And I always hung out with this kid. I had no idea. And then he brought his partner to the 10-year reunion, and I was like, oh, of course he's gay. That makes so much sense. I had a cousin, same thing. He came to our wedding reception, and I had no idea. But looking back, I'm like, of course he was gay. Now that I know what gay is, but as a kid, I had no idea. And then, of course, once I found out what it was, being from a small town and stuff like that, there was a lot of hate that came, attached to it that you're supposed to feel. Like, ooh, gross. And, that's, you got to be an adult and think for yourself sometimes, unless you have people like us telling you how stupid that is.
Amen. And then it's like now, the kids nowadays know too much. They're too sexually aware. Way too sexually aware. They're not like us back in the day,
I feel that's because of the power of the internet, and we have all this knowledge available
at your fingertips. It's right there. There's no safeguarding. There's no, that's exactly what it is.
Tommy
there
has
should be safeguarding, right? Like Tommy takes care of his kids, and he's responsible for their behavior. There should be safeguarding. The parents are responsible for their children's behavior and their knowledge.
Well, there's
my daughter seriously today asked me, how did Michael Jackson die? And I was like, what? And she goes, how did Michael Jackson die? They're 6, first grade.
Wow.
Oh,
and
man.
I was like, where did you, because, they love dancing to Michael Jackson and all his songs, and, we played Thriller, during Halloween. And I was like, where did you hear that? And they're like, my friends are telling me it's cool. And then they just got on the whole Michael Jackson thing, and I was like, Michael Jackson just died, but his music lives forever, and that's all I said. And then, but I was just like, wow, I'm having an adult conversation with a 6-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, it's weird.
It's amazing. You played Tommy, I got to ask, as the queen, I have to ask, you played Thriller at the house on Halloween?
Yeah.
Did you do the dance?
I do it all the time, actually. I dance all the time with my daughters. I'm hardcore.
YouTube that, yo!
I listen to all of his greatest hits, and we dance with my little girls. Yeah, if the world saw me through my window, they would laugh at me a lot, but that's okay.
Much respect to you, my man.
Well, I'm going to go, but at the end of this bullying conversation, on my behalf, is basically people are picking on people because they feel that they're different. And at the end of the day, we're all flesh and blood, and we should all look at each other differently. Before, when you talk about high school, in my high school, we had 3 black people in the school, and I was friends with all 3 of them. And but the main topic is they're looking at people because of the color of their skin, if they're overweight, if they're underweight, if they're just different from them. But if everyone just treated everyone better and simpler, it would be a much better world. On that note, good night. I love you all. Take care.
Thank you.
Take care.
Tommy Dreamer.
I didn't cry on this RVD podcast. I should cry.
That is a gimmick. That is a gimmick. Awesome. Hey, Stevie, when you say that you were, like you got beat up, is that mostly in wrestling, or was it also something like school where there was like assholes that would just, take your energy physically?
No, I was bullied in high school, and I was beat up quite a bit in high school. I would fight back. I wouldn't. When I was a real nerdy kid, I mean, you know me well enough to know that right now, Rob, I still do all the tech stuff. I'm still a geek at heart, but I look a little bit different back than when I was a kid. And I was just in the computer science classes, I was in the chess team. I was doing all the classic nerdy stuff. So you can imagine the football players and all the other people, and it was just right out of a movie. But I would try to play it back, but I wasn't strong enough, and I would get beat up a lot. So, but I still
right, and it would inspire you, I'm sure, to be interested in lifting or fighting or wrestling or whatever. I'm sure, just like with me. I remember the first couple times somebody punched me right in my solar plex and knocked the wind out of me. Oh, it's the worst feeling ever. I was like, man, I thought I was just about to kick this motherfucker's ass, and now I can't breathe and I'm on the ground. That sucks.
Yeah. But there's either a negative or a positive thing, and I've really tried, especially in the past few years, and you're a person I look at and try to strive to be like that way too, and just try to look at all the positive stuff and try to really have a positive outlook, because life is great, and there's a lot of great things to live for, and it's a shame that a lot of people don't feel that way, because I feel that way every day. It's all a blessing, like Tommy says.
Yeah, well, one thing that's for sure, those of us who are able to look at it that way enjoy life much better than those who don't look at it that way and look at it differently,
Amen.
So, all right, I'm going to this caller, Bull. It says from the site. What the fuck does that mean? What site? Our site?
Yes.
Okay. And by the way, I have
I'm going to slip before you take the call, but thanks, everybody. And
all right, thanks, Stevie.
All right, take care, guys.
Thank you.
Take care of yourself. I have an ultimate bullying story for you guys.
You do? All right, but hold on. I just put Bull on the spot, and then we'll go to you.
Okay.
Rachel and Paris, they were on Friends. We enjoyed that show. They're on hold too. All right.
How are you, SVD?
Yo, RVD, what's up?
What's going on, Bull? You're calling from Boston?
Yeah, it's from the site, meaning your site.
Awesome. How are you calling from my site? No, I got you, man, because you post on the forums.
Funny.
I got you. Yeah, well, thanks for calling in, Bull. You sound like you might be possibly in school, yeah?
No, I'm 28.
Oh, you're 28.
I'm like 28,
okay,
and I'm actually in the Indies, working here and there.
Oh, okay. Bruce Jingles, you were booked here and there last week, weren't
you? Yeah, I was here, there, and everywhere.
And you're not going to be in town tomorrow when RVD is headlining the fucking John Lovitz Club at Universal City, huh?
No, I can't, because I'll be headlining the golf course in Hacienda Heights.
Okay, all right. Well, this isn't something that I do a lot of. It may seem like you may hear about every once in a while about me doing comedy gigs, but this one, this is the first time someone else came to me and said, usually I go up there when my friends are working or something. I say, fuck it, and get on stage. This time they wanted to put me on, headline me, put me on the fucking posters or whatever. And
how much time are you doing?
They said 15 to 20. I always do whatever the fuck I want. So.
You're going to do stand-up alone like that? That's badass.
Oh, yeah. Like, yeah.
Awesome. You just say, yeah, like everybody can do it. Right, Bruce? He just says, yeah, like anybody can do it. Like, oh, yeah, of course.
Well, it's a bit.
No, because Bruce will tell you most comedians aren't funny, right, Bruce?
Most comedians suck. You know, like your lineup tomorrow.
So awesome.
My lineup, he says. Oh, well, if they are, then I'm going to rip on them.
Yeah, dude, I was looking at it, I was like, oh, my God. But it'll be fun. You'll be fine. Is Big Mike's on the show and Little Larry?
Oh, yeah, Little Larry's going to be hosting. He says he's going to give me the best introduction ever, so I'm looking forward to him. Looking forward to him running through my whole resume. Yeah. Hey, I tried to post the forum to where the poster is in the chat room, and it kicked me out. That was so fucking weird. I'm going to try that one more time and see if that works.
What's the longest set you had? I've been meaning to ask you. What's the longest you've done?
Were you were, I guess, like 20 minutes, yeah. It was at the one in, damn, no, it doesn't work. I keep trying to post the link, but to the post, but it won't let me. Every time I put it in the chat room, it goes right to the page that the link is on. All right, anyway, I did 20 minutes at the, down by San Diego, whatever the fuck that town is. It was a marijuana,
oh, yeah, at La Jolla. At the at the comedy store.
Ben Dover. It was the first Ben Dover show. And,
or Howard Dover.
Did you write?
I was going to be best. You know that. I'm still green enough to where every time I go up, there's always my best. Last time Bruce Jingles said I was an excellent writer.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, do you write your stuff?
Of course I do. I don't want to know.
I didn't mean like you steal anybody's. I mean, I don't. Howard, do you just go up there and wing it? Is what I'm asking. Like, do you prepare for it, or you just go up there and wing it?
He's not Rob.
No, I do. I do prepare for it, but I just go up. I mean, most of it. Yeah.
He's not Rob Mencia.
He's not who?
You're not Rob Mencia. You're Rob Van Dam, dude. You're stealing people's shit. I was at the Melrose Improv a couple of weeks ago, and Mencia went up after me, and I was coming off the stage, and he's like, "Hey, Bruce, that was a good set." I go, "Oh, there goes those jokes."
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Thief. That's what you talk about, comedy thieves.
Bruce Jingles. On the phone right now is Rachel and Paris. Remember them from Friends?
Oh, really? Hi, how are you?
Rachel and Paris, can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah. How you guys?
Hey, it's actually two girls. I don't know why. I didn't even think about that.
I told you.
From Friends.
Wow, that's cool. You sound hot, too.
Paris actually shot arrow into Achilles' heel, so he was a dude, but then there's Paris Hilton that's a girl, so it could go either way. But he was a fruit, but no offense. It's okay. Yeah.
And now Achilles has bad feet, too?
Oh. All right, cool. Rachel and Paris, thanks for calling RVD Radio. Got Bruce Jingles on the line, Tommy Dreamer, Stevie Richards took off. I got Stu the Jew texting me right now saying, is somebody going to call me or should I call in? I'm going to give him the number, Nikki Starr, just have him call in. We text that, baby? Yeah, but Rachel and Paris, what up? We're talking about bullying. Anything to contribute?
Yeah, no? We just wanted, sorry if you already covered it earlier, but we want to know if, like, what kind of bullying, like, you dealt with in school or anything that you kind of, I guess, noticed while you were in school.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty, hold on a second. 754. It was actually a pretty, I was given the phone number to pass on to Stu the Jew. But bullying was actually a pretty significant part of the going through school for me. When I was younger, it was like there was the unpopular kids, and sometimes it was me, more times than others. Other times it wasn't me, and I remember when I was really young, and and when I look back at that, I still think, what an idiot. When you're a kid, you just don't know. You don't have the world knowledge yet, and the smallest things seem so big. I remember when I didn't want to get made fun of for having the wrong tennis shoes, or the wrong blue jeans. My parents would want to shop at Kmart, and no, that's not cool anymore in third grade. They'll make fun of you for that. And it was just the worst thing if somebody made a comment about your clothes or shoes or something. And
that was all the time when I was in school. That was the first thing
and then there
people
were certain
did.
kids that, that if you get friends with them, that you're going to be associated with them, at least for me, because I was probably, I guess, maybe just that borderline. I didn't like the preppy kids, but when I was older, I could hang out with some of them. I think mostly when I got to where I could beat most of them up, actually. But, yeah, but when I was younger, I hated
Stu's on the line.
What, Nikki?
Stu's on the line, and we only got 5 minutes, so sorry. Stu. I'm producing the show, man.
Stu the Jew, motherfucker.
Stu the Jew, motherfucker. Hey, wait, Nikki, stop. We don't have 5 minutes, do we? Don't we have like another hour?
Are we still talking?
You told me. Okay, wait. I just got a text message saying 1 hour tonight.
Oh, I just meant until the showtime.
Dude, are we still on?
All right, let me get. Hold on.
No, you are. We still hear you, Rachel, in Paris. This is the chaos.
Hold on a second. Let me get the show extended.
Yeah, if we do run out of time, I have a quick question. I got a question for Tommy Dreamer.
He already left, but
he already split.
Oh, he split. I want to see the video of Tommy Dreamer going off on a bus to some kids, cutting a promo. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Where's that video? Hey, anyone who watches Glee deserves to be bullied. Let's get that out in the open right now. Anyone who
this is a guy that's smaller than me.
Hey, listen, bullying is a rite of passage, okay? Everybody gets bullied at one time or another. If you've never been bullied, then there's something wrong with you. You know what I mean? It's like part of life. It builds character.
So, I'm guessing unless you had a little brother, you didn't do a lot of bullying, did you?
Oh, come on, man. I have a big mouth. I was able to become a bully eventually. You just have to figure out what your gift is. But
it's about having power then over someone else more than anything else.
Well, I'll tell you what. I really was bullied. I was like the shortest little Jewish kid in the whole school always. I grew up in Canada, so I played hockey. I used to get killed by the big kids. Like, I used to really, take a beating. One time, though, I actually stood up to this. They do. There's a few of us. Wow. One time I stood up to the school bully, and I actually, made him cry with, I cut a promo on him. I was, 7. And I was, a hero. But then by the next recess, I was, a fucking piece of shit again. It didn't last. The victory only lasted, 1 recess, but it was so awesome. But honest to God, listen. Bullying is it's how you deal with bullying that really I don't know. I don't know. Listen, it sounds to me like the issues that they're talking about on the news are less about bullying situations and more about teenage homosexuality situations where these kids are it's a whole different ballgame than typical bullying, I would assume.
Yeah, we talked about that, and it turns out by definition bullying is intentionally, continually, causing someone pain or for, hurting their feelings, and I guess when it comes to that makes the bullying a wider scope than I would originally think, because I would normally.
Well, that's such it's such a vague spectrum that means everybody's guilty of bullying at some point. I mean, that's just
think so?
You're just describing human nature.
Hold on, SVD, do you think you've ever been a bully?
No, I don't think so.
SVD can't think of any time when she's been a bully.
Does she have brothers?
She's a rare bird.
Oh, is that show going to end, Nikki, sir?
It is, because I can't get a hold of anybody to extend it. You meant 1 hour till showtime, and I thought you meant 1 hour for the show only.
Oh, all right. Well, shit, Rachel and Paris. I hope I answered your question. It was a big part of it. Bull, what up?
Sorry.
All right. Well, shit. Bruce Jingles, you had an amazing story you were going to share with us.
Let's make it a two-parter.
Oh, she's saying she can't do it.
Oh, damn it.
I'm trying. I'm trying to get a hold of the people that work at Blog Talk Radio, and they're ignoring me. So then I went in and tried to change it, and it won't take. So I don't know what else to do. Well, we could still keep. We can still keep recording. It'll go. The recording will be on there, but nobody will be able to hear us live. And look, your ex is on the line too.
But what about the calls? Will they get cut off?
They can still. No, not at all. Nope. We can still keep recording. And then people, and you get all your thousands of downloads anyways by your archive.
You know what I'm going to do? We'll hang out here for a little bit, and then I got a chat room at robvandam.com, and I want to try it. And when we leave here, I want to go to the chat room that's in the forums at robvandam.com and give that a try, just for about 10 or 15 minutes when we leave here.
Okay.
But we'll hang out, and according to Nikki, we can continue the conversation, and it'll remain on our archive, right?
Right.
All right, cool. Well, so show's done, baby, but we're still good. That's all. Yeah, 'cause whatever. It's only. But what about the chat room? That's still open too?
Yep. Chat room still. Huh?
All right, cool.
Oh wait,
well,
you might have gotten it fixed.
Wait, let's
Let me see. I think you were too late. Yep.
You think we're too late for what?
No, I was talking to Demos because he went in and tried to fix it, but.
Don't be talking to Demos while you're producing the show. I'll put you on mute. An important guest like Rachel and Paris trying to get answers here, hanging out, constantly being interrupted by Stu the Jew.
Trying to do my job. But just so you know, I lost the switchboard, so yeah, I'm done.
Are you done?
What's going on over here?
No, I just can't. I'll just stay quiet. I can't answer anybody or.
Oh, but no one else is going to call in anyway, right?
Right. Yep.
So this is gonna. This definitely has a time limit to it. Then nobody will be calling in. But Officer X just slid in.
Can you see Officer X?
Hey,
did you get him?
Wait. Hold on, baby. Give me the mic. I got to do an Officer X motherfucker and see if my soundbites still work.
I can do it.
Officer X motherfucker. We have way too many sound bites. Like I can't even get to them anymore because there's so many.
Officer X motherfucker.
We take Officer X because he's not yellow.
What's up, motherfucker?
Yeah, we hear. Hey, Officer X, I got Bruce Jingles, Nikki Starr, Rachel and Paris, SVD, and Stu the Jew, motherfucker. How's that make you feel? Love Stu the Jew.
Oh my God.
Stu the Jew, all right, man.
He met Stu the Jew out here in California. He loves him.
Officer X is the greatest officer in the history of the world. Keeping the streets of Massachusetts clean from scumbags and bullies.
There you go. All right. So, hey, Officer X, we're talking about bullying, and Rachel and Paris, our guests that are online, they were asking about my experience with bullying, which I covered earlier in the show. But I was explaining I've been on both sides of the fence. When I was younger, the older kids would pick on me. And then, and then later on, I didn't do a lot of bullying, but looking back, there was some times, where I would have fun at some other kids' expenses, and it was not really in the best nature, so I played the asshole sometimes, and, that, I don't know, does that answer your question, Rachel, Paris?
Well, I had a separate question.
Oh my God! Okay, well, this is our last caller, so you got all the time. you got a lot of time as long as we're here anyway. All right, let's hear the question.
Why do you find it so easy to pick on JBL?
So no, I don't pick on him. Nobody picks on JBL.
If you're talking about bullying, you're totally bullying JBL. He didn't do anything. No, you shut up, Rachel. What?
I don't think I'm bullying him. I'm just explaining that...
You totally are. You're being one-sided about the situation.
Wait, so having an opinion and being one-sided is the same thing as bullying?
It's a very vague situation.
Only if
bullying
it's done,
technology.
right. Only if it's done to hurt somebody. That's what Tommy said.
Yeah, I'm not doing this to hurt JBL. Correct. I'm assuming that he would never even find out, or whatever, or care, so that's the difference there. But no, I'm explaining what it's like being in the room, and that's my opinion, But Dreamer and Stevie Richards were on here earlier to back me up on that. He likes to take the energy from people that he knows aren't going to fight back. So he was a good example of someone to use.
He did not even start that.
Yeah, all right. Bob Holly, who I actually, I like Bob. I have a respect for him. But he also could be accused of being a bully because he will be very, very rough with people that are supposed to be beneath him on the pecking order. He wants to make sure that they know their place, that they stay on the pecking order, that they got to work their way up the way he did. A lot of people that have been trained by him with that tough enough class, or even just wrestled him or had issues with him, could probably accuse him of being a bully because he's a tough guy, and he uses that, and maybe sometimes to hurt people. And I'm not saying that to hurt Bob either. Like I said, I got all the respect in the world for Bob. I like him. But sometimes, though, I think he could be accused of playing that position as well. Cool. All right, so Bruce Jingles, you said you had an awesome bully story.
Yeah, I got jumped by skinheads.
That's a pretty good one.
At a bar in Rancho Cucamonga. Pretty bad. I was put in a coma for a month.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Pretty good one.
Yeah.
Hey, someone sounds like shit. Is that like Officer X, like 410-4?
I'm sorry, buddy?
Is that you that sounds like shit? We hear static.
No, I'm all right.
Can't have that on RVD Radio. Not
okay,
live.
wait. I want to hear what Bruce did. And how long ago was it?
Shit, right?
Well, I went through
how long ago was it?
Oh,
you were about 7 years ago. About 7 years ago, they were trying to talk. They were talking shit to me and at a bar, and I wouldn't stand for it, and I just said fuck off. I told them to fuck off, and we started.
Were they really just ordering a Jaeger?
Yeah, and then they were. And then that's kind of the night that joke, the Jaeger joke came out too. But so I was outside, and when two of them came up to me, and I was going at it with two of them, and then a bunch of them just jumped me in, and then got me on the ground, and they hit me in the head with a shopping cart a few times, and then.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I was out for a month, and.
But that technically, though, wait. Now think about this. That's not really bullying because that's not like they didn't do it every day. That's like that's assault.
The bullying is assault. I mean, they're going to do it to anybody. You know what I mean? There's just bullying just doesn't specify one person. A bully is a bully. Just,
I get real squeamish around stuff like that.
That's just fucking weird.
He's playing around with his sound bites.
Fuck.
That's as he mentions.
Yeah, I mean, the more I think about it, I remember different times, but I used to I got in a lot of fights, but they were mostly because I was trying to get better, and for me it was like training, and I was trying to learn and test myself in a not very safe way. But I remember real early, real young, I remember in school, 4th, 5th grade, I remember this kid, David Negus, punching me in the solar plex, knocked the wind out of me. I think he was the first. I remember Ryan Vanderwall punching me in the solar plex, and I was like, man, I got to do some sit-ups and then have, be able to take a punch because that sucks, having the wind knocked out of me. The fight's over. And yeah, I remember different situations. I used to go to the parties at school, or maybe the year after school even, maybe. I don't know, but when drinking was cool, and we'd go to parties, and still weren't getting any girls, so we would go, me and my buddy, and look for fights. People wanted us on their side, on their team, if they were fighting another school, and it was all really, really stupid. And looking at it now, it was kind of like gangs, because it would be our school against their school fighting for no reason, because we're a bunch of retarded alcohol-drinking hotheads, and it was really, really stupid. But the bullying was, you always knew, what kid. There was one kid, Ray Sloan, and that poor kid, man, looking back, he had to eat so much shit, man. They made fun of that kid so much. He could, do no right. Everything he did, everyone made fun of him. I always feel sorry for him. I look back, and I always think, man, I hope he's doing really good now, and seems like I heard that he was, so that's cool, but I remember when I was really young and stupid, being like I would like him sometimes, but then I remember like, oh no, I don't want everyone to think that I'm like his best friend and shit, not like me, and it's all so stupid. So I'm so glad I'm not a kid anymore, and it's easy to tell kids it gets better. You tell kids it gets better because it does. It gets so fucking better when you get in the real world. And not everyone's going to get in the real world to the extent of a pro wrestler that actually travels all around the world, all around the year. But maybe it doesn't change a whole lot if you just live in the same small town that you went to school with and see the same people all the time. I don't know. I could imagine where there wouldn't be a lot of growth there, but for most adults that fly from the nest, whether fly the coop, whatever, they learn that there's a whole different set of morals and priorities in the real adult world. There's a whole lot of other shit to care about, than what the person next to you is wearing.
Right.
I would hang out, man, motherfucker.
I would hang out Bruce Singles in public. I don't give a fuck.
He doesn't. It's true. That's real talk.
Yeah. Officer X, give us a bully story.
Oh, Jesus. You get them all the time, especially now that the world's gone crazy about it. People, they pass these ridiculous laws about bullying, and I think about some of the stuff when we were kids. Some kids would just get their asses kicked all the time over nothing. I don't know how some of those kids did it. And, I don't know. I remember kids would get their lunch money taken sometimes. And
oh yeah, dude. I remember a kid who got. Do you remember when Mattel all of us had the Mattel Electronics?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember kids
stuff like that.
Yeah. I remember when kids were getting jacks for that shit.
Yeah.
Now, Officer X, now that you're a cop, me and Sonia, we're trying to figure out, as a kid, were you the guy, the bully, or were you the narc that told on him?
No, I always just kind of did my own thing. I was cool with everybody, but it would, just like you. I could be an asshole from time to time, and the bigger kids picked on us sometimes, and we picked on the kids. It's just kind of like the cycle of life, how things go.
Right, yeah, and you realize as an adult how stupid it is, so, when you see kids doing it now, you want to say to the bullies, hey, stop now, you don't realize you're being an asshole. If you don't quit now, you might be an asshole your whole life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember when we were in middle school, though, these kids that were a lot older used to come down and beat us up all the time, and my friend's brother played football at BC, and he got wind of it, and they came down and they pummeled these kids. Oh, it was great. There was no more of that, Right. And it was good because, say we were 13 and 14 and we were getting clobbered by 18-year-olds, and when these other kids came down, that was the end of that. No one ever bothered us anymore. It was, a bully is a coward with power, and you can be a bully in all sorts of ways, and it's just bullshit. I hate bullies because I hate when people try to take advantage of people because they perceive themselves to be stronger for some dumb reason.
Try not to hate. We don't like to hate on this show, Officer X.
Whatever. I strongly dislike them.
Yeah, they're motherfuckers.
I got a question for Officer X.
Yay.
I know, that was too long.
God damn.
Yo, Officer X.
What's up?
Yo, now that this bullying has become such a vague, everyone's getting bullied and everything's bullied, do people call the cops saying, they got bullied? And if they do, how do you deal with it?
Good question, Steve. Good question. Good answer.
They do all the time because we've reached a society where nobody knows their neighbors, and people's community of interest is just so strange. It's they call because of this or that, and there's a lot of not good conflict resolution skills with people now, and you just try to settle the stuff as informally as you possibly can, because you don't need to be going to court because a 10-year-old's picking on an 8-year-old, but sadly that happens these days.
Mm-hmm.
I have a brother that's 7 years older than me, and he used to beat me up, sit on my chest, fart, stuff like that all the time. But I don't think it was with the intent of actually hurting me. That's not bullying, right?
That's different. That's brotherly love.
That's just just how it is.
That's kind of like in-house bullying, which is brotherly love. Because my brothers did the same thing.
Your brother farted on you?
What's that?
Your brothers didn't fart on her, did she?
Oh my God, yes.
Oh God.
That's
my
a boy
face
thing.
blow it at me? Oh yeah. No.
Did they ever do the blue dart where they light the fart
Oh
up?
yeah.
Yes, you know what my brother used to do to me? He's 7 years older than me. And I swear to God, this is like my first memory. I'm 4 years old, and he has my hands above my head, and he drinks milk, and he, like, slurps the loogie down and slips it back up right over my forehead. I know.
Mine used to do that, too.
I used to do that to my brother.
Oh, no.
I remember being at Pittsburgh Zoo, Nikki Starr, and we're looking at the Shark Tank from the top level, so you can look down into it, and him like picking me up and like holding me over the railing over the Shark Tank.
Oh, that sucks. I had that done to me too.
And you were mad that I held Xena out the window of the car, baby. That was nothing like the Shark Tank. I just did.
No, tell them in detail what you did. Confess.
This was a while ago. We were talking about it today. One time when I had our dog Xena in my lap, and Sonia was driving, and I had the window down, and she's a Chihuahua, so she's small enough. I was holding her outside the window so she could get a breeze, not just on her head, but on her whole body. And she loved it.
She did not.
Oh, my God. I bet she was scared to death.
I was terrified, and so was the dog.
No, that's funny.
That is not funny. I still bring it up.
Are you
to say
a pet
it happened
bully?
quite a few years ago.
But that's not bullying because I don't want to hurt my dog.
He's a pet bully? Aww.
No. So there's a kid in the chat room, Sharker, and he keeps saying, to mention his name, but I wanted to get him to call in. He's not calling in, is he, Nikki?
No, he's not gonna. But he is in your chat on your robandam.com/chat.html. He's in there.
Are you fucking bullying him?
Yeah, we're gonna go there for a minute. We're gonna go there for a few minutes when we shut down here and stuff. But I don't want him off that task. I would go in there right now. But
hey,
all right. Well, shit. What about you, Nikki? Did you get bullied in school?
Nope, I did not, and I didn't get bullied in school, and I wasn't a bully. I did get bullied by my dad, but, I mean, whatever. But it's not the same, I don't think. It's totally different.
Is being bullied by your dad the same as brotherly love, baby?
No.
No.
Not at all.
Hell no. Hell
Officer X? Really?
No. Fuck no.
Did you?
I thought we were talking about that on next week's show.
Oh, okay.
I want to jump the tank on that.
We jumped the shark.
I jumped the shark.
We jumped the shark.
I jumped the shark.
Is RVD going to ride?
Touch your penis?
Jump sharks on skis. The classic Happy Days
Touch
episode.
your penis?
Okay. All right. Well, fuck. So I don't even know. So our show, you cut us short, which I'm okay with, Nikki Starr. Yeah, I actually texted you, just making sure that you were on for tonight. So I was saying,
I know. I totally misunderstood.
But that's cool.
All right.
Whatever. Hey, did you catch TNA on Family Feud last week?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nikki Starr, you didn't see it?
No.
Stu the Jew?
Did I see what now? Glee? No, I don't watch that shit.
Fuck Glee. Glee sucks balls. Ugh.
What are you asking about? Yeah, have you seen this Glee show? Honest to God, can we talk about this for a second? I saw a clip on YouTube. My friend called me and said, you have to see this Glee thing. Katy Perry's song, they sing it on Glee, and it's so awesome. And I go on to the internet, and I waste 3 minutes watching these kids. It's like an all-guys school, and they're singing a cappella to a Katy Perry song, and they're dancing and high-fiving, and it's like, holy shit, this is like so awful.
Yeah, it's a gay version of Fame.
Those guys should be bullied.
Well, I mean, I feel like, first of all, I thought that RVD just, when this subject came along, was going to somehow turn this into a conversation about how we're all bullied by the government. But that hasn't come out yet, so I guess maybe I shark on that as well.
Well, bullied by the government or manipulated, because that's it's one thing.
Or lied to.
I think there's a difference there. Really, that's it's not like they're just saying, "Hey, we got you backed into a corner." They're having us say, "Please take my rights," and please take my freedom and my privacy from me and make me feel safe and secure. So I don't really consider that bullying, But no one said Glee. We were on Family Feud last week, motherfucker.
Oh, your Family Feud. Yes, I haven't watched it yet. Did you actually win the trip to Florida?
That was actually, I actually did win a trip to Florida, which was really, no, fuck, we were in Florida doing the filming. But,
no. Did Steve Harvey you?
We didn't win shit, but it was fun, kind of.
Was Steve Harvey cool?
He was super cool. He was so cool. Like, Jay Lethal had a couple answers that were, like, way out there, And on a commercial break, Steve Harvey comes up to Jay Lethal, and he's like, the fuck are you talking about, man? What the fuck, basements? He's like, how many people here in Florida have basements? We're in the fucking swamp, man.
That's fucking hilarious.
He said, you can't fucking suck, you're on TV. Because Jay Lethal said he watches and practices all the time, and during the show, he gave some answers that made all of us laugh. Like, what? But we all had our moments, whatever.
Yeah, I saw you. I saw the one with you in the final round.
Yeah. So here's a professional bullying, I think, and it falls in, like I said, about the packing order and stuff. I don't know if I've told this story or not, but when I was in Jamaica for my 21st birthday, but it was actually a working tour. It was my first time wrestling anywhere really cool, and while I was there, one night I wrestled against Mark Starr. Seems like I told this story before. It related to another subject. But anyway, Mark Starr was a veteran at the time. I was young and green. And I was just super happy to be there because the tropical weather was awesome, But then during the match, I did something that wasn't right, wasn't professional. I mean, I messed something up in the match. I don't even know what it was. It was something I didn't know any better at the time. And so this motherfucker grabs me and picks me up and power bombs me and picks me up and power bombs me and picks me up and power bombs me 3 times in a row, and then pins me and fucking storms off. And, man, I didn't get to do anything, I'm all the way in Jamaica, and that's my whole match, I didn't get to do any kicks or flips, so I was like, fuck, that sucks. So I rolled off under the bottom rope and I did a backflip off the apron. And I didn't know any better, about anything, and I went back to the dressing room and him and Jimmy Backlund, double team me. They were like, who the fuck trained you? And what the fuck are you doing out there? And they just fucking tore into me so much. I wanted to quit wrestling at the time. Like, it went through my mind that night. I was all by myself. Trying to find balance and peace, but I was so divided. I was like, fuck, what am I doing? They made me feel like I did not belong in the fucking business. I was never going to be a star. I sucked. It was just like that, they just fucking beat the fuck out of me mentally, and had me not even wanting to wrestle again. It took a minute, just perseverance and moving on and wrestling some other guys, to reignite the passion or the desire to even continue. But yeah, I was just like, fuck, what am I doing? I had a scholarship to college. Should have fucking went there like Dad wanted me to. I was defeated.
What would you have been doing if they actually succeeded and you decided to quit wrestling that day? What would you have ended up doing?
You would have been the mop-up guy at the booths in San Francisco.
Yeah. Nice. All right, well, fuck. All right, cool. Well, thanks for cutting our episode short, Nikki Star. I think we can wrap it up.
Sorry.
We talked about bullying's wrong. Don't bully. If you bully, you're an asshole. Right? We all agree on that?
No bullying. Yes.
Bullies are motherfuckers.
Yeah. Chris Jingles, anything to plug?
Me? Who?
Oh, motherfuckers. The Jew, you got anything to plug?
No.
Yes, of course. Yes. SundayNightStew.com. Check me out, man. And RVD is going to be doing stand-up comedy at the John Lovitz Theater. You should go see that, too. That's going to be crazy.
Are you going tomorrow? Are you going to be there?
Tomorrow night, right?
I'm going to try to make it my damnedest. It starts a little early for me, but I'm going to try my damnedest.
That means I won't see you there. Anybody listening can read through that bullshit.
Fucking a bully. Fucking a bully.
But that's cool. All right, so cool. I'm gonna just to check this out. I'm gonna go to the chat room.
Hey.
Yeah. Are you gonna go there, Nikki? You put the link.
I'm there right now. Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm just signing in there now as the real RVD.
There you go.
Hang out there and answer questions for a minute. But all right, so cool. Thanks, and thanks to Tommy Dreamer and Stevie Richards and Jingles and everybody. It's fucking. This show has run its course, and I'm all right with that. We got other shit to do.
All right, then.
So I think it's time to say bye, baby.
Bye. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You're going to have to hang up everything.
Hi, Stewie the Dewey.
Is this the blooper show?
It's the
blooper show.
Because I'm not in control.
I hope we got something better than this for bloopers. Hang up.
Get your hang up button.
I know. Looking for a Sabu soundbite there.
That dude's a fucking wannabe fucking faggot bodybuilder dick sucking asshole.